Indiana Disability History Project, Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Indiana University. The pandemic's impact on people with disabilities. Kylee Hope was director of Indiana's Division of Disability and Rehabilitative Services during the first year of the COVID pandemic.
We had already a lack or a severe lack of direct support professionals. However, COVID-19 absolutely compounded the complexities and the need for direct support professionals, specifically in that Medicaid waiver space, to ensure that really individuals can live the life that we want them to live through that person-centered planning. And so that was one of the biggest challenges, was to really ensure that during COVID, some of the most stressful time periods, if you will, we were really just, I talk a lot about, we switched to coverage, to making sure that people were healthy and safe, which that of course was one of those main goals. But I also feel that we lost a little bit of that quality, or that ensuring that they had a quality life as well, that we spent over the past, COVID years, if I can rephrase that a little bit, of really trying to make sure that they were able to not only just be healthy and safe, but also have the ability to do things to the same degree as all of us. And that was sometimes even more difficulty if it goes into my next point of kind of that digital divide. In some ways, a lot of us had, technology options, in that people with disabilities oftentimes have less access or equipment access even to have those kind of Zoom meetings, or ability to interact, or even get some of their service delivery through their computing devices as well as just some people are less comfortable utilizing that technology, or didn't have maybe the access or education to really make sure that they are able to use it to the fullest extent. We also had a lot of positive pieces related to technology as well, but I still think it remains an access issue, and one that I think we'll learn from, and one that we will make sure moving forward in all of our DDRS programs and across the state that impacts people, and often marginalized people, to make sure that they have better access, whether that's internet connectivity and or equipment needs. A couple other points I think of challenges comes from employment. I think we recognize as well as that as people went back, worked remotely, that a lot of people with disabilities faced additional barriers that allowed them to remain working. A lot of times individuals with disabilities were laid off or furloughed, or they decided that due to maybe the significant change in their job, they were unable to continue moving forward in that job. So they opted to maybe just quit. The other kind of challenge that I identified, I think from a big picture, is early intervention, or really that key time for early intervention for an infant or toddler that has a disability, or has a developmental delay, that 0 to 3 or even 0 to 5 kind of time period, to make sure that we are identifying any types of needs and making sure that we can get them the early intervention, kind of those critical milestones early on, is huge. And I do in general have some concern for maybe some of those missed milestones during those COVID-19 pandemic years. And not that we can't make those up, but I think it's one of those pieces as we're coming out of the pandemic that we need to do a really thorough job from the educational standpoint, or the developmental disability kind of standpoint, to make sure that we are helping them get back on track if we have in fact missed some of those milestones.
Music, Redwood Trail. Produced by Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Center for Health Equity. Funded by the Indiana Governor's Council for People with Disabilities. Copyright 2021, the Trustees of Indiana University.